Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Let's get rid of that old faded out emblem and let's put a brand new one on. So in today's video, what we're going to use is a heat gun, and this is a pretty inexpensive one right here. And I also have a couple trim piece remover tools down here, these plastic ones, and that's about all we need in maybe about 10 to 15 minutes of time. Now there are other techniques. There's some that you can use fishing line and kind of put it behind here and rub away at it until that adhesive is broken through. But with the heat gun, I think we'll do a better job of making sure that we preserve that paint down behind there. We're not scratching anything. Heating it up, and then we'll use this tool here and we'll see if we can pry it off. Let me try to use even heat, heating the whole thing up at the same time. Let's test it out, see if we're getting anywhere. Oh, look at that. Already, oh, look at that. Nice. Already coming off pretty easy here. Look at that. Way easier than I thought it was gonna be. You can see the old adhesive there. And here's our old emblem, which, by the way, it's pretty hot. That heat gun works pretty well. Be careful, don't get it too hot here. All right, let's clean that stuff up. So we'll heat up this adhesive a little bit more, and then we'll use this tool right here, this plastic tool, to see if we can remove some of that. By the way, all the tools and the emblem, I'm gonna put links to those down in the description down below so you can check them out. Okay, I've heated it up, and here's what I'm using now. I've got an old little chisel here. I'm using that, a rubber mallet, and that seems to be working pretty well. Now, if you notice, I'm working from the inside, from the outside in, so that if I'm gonna scrape anything, I don't wanna mess up this paint around the outside, but on the inside here, that would be okay. So like when I do this portion, I'm gonna start here and hit in this direction. So my technique worked pretty well. For a lot of people though, I think that this is gonna actually be a better decision for you. Something tells me this glue that was put on here is a second person who was possibly already replaced one of these, maybe it faded out, and that's the kind of, it almost felt like an epoxy. So the original one though is gonna have more of like a rubberized glue. So just warming it up, using something like this right here to scrape it. Again, check out the links down in the description. All these tools and these emblems, by the way, are relatively inexpensive. I was really surprised. It's gonna give a nice, clean look to the truck for not that much money at all. All right, let's do a little bit more cleaning up here. I don't think we need to make it perfect, but I might just use a little bit of sandpaper and carefully try to knock down some of these high spots. Again, I wanna be careful though. I don't wanna scrape some of this paint on the outside of it, so really carefully. That looks pretty good. Let's wipe it down. You could probably use some rubbing alcohol on here if you really want to get it just right, but I don't think there's gonna be any problem with it sticking to the surface. I made sure all the high parts I knocked down so that the new emblem sits flat. All right, let's try it out. So the backing just peels off just like a sticker. And then you've got these 3 holes and these 3 notches. This stuff, by the way, it sticks pretty strong. So once it's done, like on there, it's on there. So make sure that you get it just right before you push it in. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of foolproof here, right? I have all three of them, all three of the holes lined up. Carefully push it in. Let's give it some good pushes here. And check it out, what a world of difference. So much better looking. Less than an hour, pretty easy. The parts and all the tools are relatively inexpensive. Hey friends, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. We got about 20 videos going on this truck right here. So if you're interested in a 2006 XLT F-150 5.4 3-valve engine, check out our playlist down below.